I never thought my life would change so quickly. For 8 years, at first I tried to ignore the feeling. I told myself that every marriage goes through difficult periods. Maybe he was tired, maybe work was becoming stressful, maybe I was simply overthinking everything. My husband was not the same man anymore. He used to tell me everything about his day. Now he barely told me anything, home late and say that work had kept him busy. Sometimes he would disappear for hours. One evening, unexpected happened. I ordered pizza. A young delivery man came. His name was Ryan. He was polite. While I was paying, I had an idea. It was unusual. I asked if he'd help find my husband. Ryan looked confused. He asked me what I wanted. I explained that I wanted him to follow my husband. I wanted to know where he went. I wanted to know who he met, and if there was another woman. Ryan thought about it for a moment. Then he agreed. I told him to follow him. He had to keep his distance. He had to be careful. Ryan would tell me everything. I knew it sounded strange, but I felt desperate. I needed to know. Next morning, my husband left for work. I watched his car disappear. A few minutes later, Ryan messaged me. He told me that he was following him. My heart started beating faster. I had never done anything like this. Ryan followed my husband to his office. For several hours, nothing happened. Then Ryan contacted me again. He told me a woman came outside. I suddenly felt that Ryan told me that they went inside together. They were sitting alone, talking and laughing. He told me they looked much closer than that. I already knew what he was trying to tell me. After the restaurant, they went to a shopping center. Ryan continued following them. Then he told me something that made my stomach drop. They had entered a jewelry store. A few minutes later, they came outside together. That evening, my husband came home. He acted completely normal. He asked me about my day. He smiled. He even kissed me. Then I asked him where he had been. I asked him directly if there was another woman. He looked at me. He said there was nobody else. He was hiding something. He was lying to me. The next morning, Ryan contacted me. Her name was Sarah. She worked in my husband's office. They had been seeing each other for some time. But then Ryan told me something I was not prepared to hear. He said Sarah had been asking my husband when they were going to get married. I asked him what my husband had. Ryan told me that Daniel had promised her. That night, I sat alone in the living room. I thought about our 8 years together. I was not going to beg him to stay. I was going to protect myself and my child. I started gathering important documents. I checked the house papers, I checked the car documents, I reviewed our financial records. I wanted to understand exactly what belonged to me. Then Ryan discovered where Daniel and Sarah were going. They were visiting a church. I asked him why. He told me they were discussing their wedding. They were planning to get married. Daniel had no idea that I knew. He thought everything was under control. He believed he could simply leave our marriage behind and start a new life. But he had forgotten one important thing. I knew the truth. The days passed quickly. Daniel was excited about his new life. And I was preparing for something else. I organized everything that belonged to me. I was no longer frightened. I was ready. Finally, the wedding day arrived. Daniel thought he was walking into a new beginning. Sarah believed she was marrying the man she loved. The guests were waiting was about to begin. When I walked into the church, Daniel saw me. His face changed. He looked shocked. I told him that I knew everything. I knew about the affair. Daniel asked me to leave. He told me it was his wedding day. I looked at him and smiled. I told him what he never expected. I said I could have stopped the wedding, but I had chosen not to. I was not there to beg. I told Daniel that him to finish the wedding. He looked at me as if I had lost my mind. But I was serious. Once he walked away from our marriage, there would be no going back. Sarah was listening carefully. The ceremony continued. I stood quietly and watched. Daniel and Sarah exchanged their vows. Everyone congratulated them, kept looking toward me. I told Daniel we needed to settle things. I held out my hand for the keys. Daniel just stared at me. I decided to take back control. He slowly handed them over. I asked Daniel for his credit cards. He looked uncomfortable. I told him to give them to me immediately. He hesitated but handed them over. I told him he would be responsible from that moment forward. Then I looked Daniel. No longer come into my home. We could arrange properly. If you come, I'll call police. Setting a boundary. Now respect my life. That was when Sarah finally understood. She asked him whether the house was really his. Daniel said nothing. She asked about the car. Again, he had no answer. Sarah realized her life was a lie. Why did you lie to me about everything? I believed that everything you said was true. I believed that we could build a future together. I could understand being poor, but not the lies. Sarah asked Daniel, "Where are you going?" She had believed that he had a home, that future based on lies. Now she did not know what to believe.
Sarah looked at Daniel and said, "You lied to both of us." She told him that he had betrayed his first wife, and I realized that she was experiencing the same shock.
I looked at Daniel. I wasn't going to beg. Then I looked at Sarah. I said that she deserved to know the truth. And I smiled. "I hope you find the life you're looking for." And I turned around. I walked away from them. I did not look back. I felt peace. Suspicion was true, now I knew. As a woman who had finally chosen herself. Before I left the church, I heard the father speak to Daniel. He told Daniel that what he had done was wrong. He reminded him that he had broken the trust of his first wife. Father told Daniel that he needed to become honest. He told him to build his own home, to earn his own money. A husband should not promise a life he does not have. Those words stayed with everyone. I trusted you. I believed every story you told me. But it was all based on lies. Why couldn't you just tell me the truth?
Sometimes, no answer is...
I left the church. I did not scream. I did not insult anyone. I simply walked away. Behind me, Daniel and Sarah were left with the truth. Everything felt different. The same walls, the same furniture, the same quiet room was gone. All I had done was finally accept the truth. That night, I made a promise. I'd not ask why Daniel betrayed me. I'd not compare myself to Sarah. I had been a wife and a mother. His choices were his responsibility. I was ready to take control. But I gained something I had almost forgotten. My independence. And this time, that life belonged to me.